cooperate with him, listen to him. If he tells you don't talk, please respect his opinion. If he gives you the paperwork and asks you to sign it, please work with him. You have a right to know what you're charged with. I'm going to read your charges to you. And you have a right to a fair and reasonable bond on that charge. As far as possible, I'm going to respect your liberty and try to send you home. I take many factors into account when decide on your bond. One big factor is whether or not you will harm innocent people. I have to take that into account. The next factor I take into account is whether or not people are waiting for you to harm you, whether there's possibility of harm to you if I were to let you out. I take that factor into account also. Ever so often I'm going to ask the state for input to help me out because I have the computers here and I can't get things on the computer as quickly as the state can help me, and so the state will help me. The fact that I'm asking the state to help me doesn't mean that I favor the state. They're just helping me out to work with the computers and all. Now, sometimes you will not understand something. If you do not understand, please let me know. I have lots of folks at my disposal. I have the clerks, I have the state, I have the defense, I have paperwork here. We are going to put our resources together to make sure we help you and make sure you understand what's going on. Do not leave and say, boy, I do not understand what happened. Take your time, ask me. I will make sure you get an answer. Once again, I want to tell you I'm here to work with you and for you. When we call you up, you will help me a lot if you tell me your name. If you tell me your name, I can cross-check it with the paper in front of me and make sure I'm not blaming you for somebody else's record. If you don't tell me your name, I will proceed. Whatever record I have in front of me, that's what I'm going to judge you on. Let's work together. Have a good afternoon. Now we're going to call up some cases now. We have some matters with private attorney number 18. We have the case of Matthew Filor. Yes, let's call up counsel now. Good afternoon, counsel.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Tell me what we have today.
Judge, Mr. Filor is before the court on a felony of the third degree. He's charged with domestic battery by strangulation. He has a rather de minimis criminal history. He has a pending charge currently that we are in the process of working out. He's actually got a plea that he's going to accept next week. I've spoken with the state. I'm not going to challenge the probable cause and the probable cause affidavit. I believe Mr. Beatty with the Office of the State Attorney is going to make a recommendation of $5,000 on the bond amount. I have no objection to that, Judge.
Mr. Beatty, let's hear you, sir. I'm sure Mr. Beatty is quite capable of speaking for himself. Let me hear you, sir.
I do, Judge. I advise counsel that based on my review of this case that $5,000, which is the bond schedule, by the way, is appropriate in this case, with the conditions that he can have no contact with the victim, cannot go anywhere where she lives and or works.
Sir, what is your name?
Matthew Filer.
Which city you live in?
Titusville, Florida.
How many years?
8 months.
Where you lived before that?
St. Louis, Missouri.
Well, and Lee Filor, where did she live now?
Titusville, Missouri. Or Florida, I'm sorry. Titusville, Florida.
Titusville, Missouri. And what type of work you do, sir?
I'm actually, I just got released off of medical to go back to work, so I am in the pursuit of work right now.
I see. What type of work does Lee do? Leah?
She does not work.
How do you say her first name?
Leah.
All right. I find it probable cause to hold you. I'll go along with the recommendation of the attorneys, which is $5,000 cash assured. Is that correct, Mr. Cook?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Now, there are certain conditions of your release. One, you're not to call her.
Correct.
You're not to use any electronic means to communicate with her. You're not to communicate with her directly or indirectly. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You're not to have any friends or family contact her. Stay away from her workplace. Stay away from where she lives. Stay away where she goes for recreation. You understand that?
Yes, Judge.
Anything you don't understand?
No, Your Honor.
Now, here's what we always fear, that you're going to try to reach her and force her to come up with the money for the bond. Is that possible?
No.
Okay, you don't want to go there, do you?
No.
Okay. Anything else, counsel?
Nothing from defense, Your Honor.
Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm
sorry, Your
This
Honor.
matter.
Did you allow a one-time return, or did you not address that?
No, we didn't,
Mr.
Judge.
Cook.
One last thing, Judge. I would ask that Mr. Filer be allowed to return one time with a law enforcement officer to retrieve his personal effects.
You got stuff there that you need to pick up, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're not, you need to go there once. You're no more than 30 minutes with law enforcement to pick up your essential items. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any items for which there's a dispute, leave it right there.
Yes, Your
You
Honor.
understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, that will conclude this matter.
Thank you, Judge.
Just slide it in outside as you go along. The next matter I have with counsel is Jacob Sharp.
Judge, good afternoon. Robert Berry on behalf of Mr. Sharp. We're going to waive any challenges to probable cause. Have an agreement with the state to be released to community supervision on several conditions. One is that he have no contact with the first victim, whose name is Samantha Ann Dalton-Angelo, A-N-G-E-L-L-O. The second is he has no contact with the alleged victim, Kenneth E. Meredith, M-E-R-E-D-I-T-H, and that he not return as of this time until further order of the court to 1338 Richwood, R-I-C-H-W-O-O-D Circle, Rockledge, Florida 32955. He will be living, we've already spoken and gotten approval for him to live with his biological father, whose name is Everett, E-V-E-R-E-T-T-E Sharp, who lives on Banana River Drive in Merritt Island. And obviously he is to have no contact with either of the victims we just named, but would be released to community supervision.
What's your name, sir?
Jacob Sharp,
Which city you live in?
Rockledge.
You working?
Not right now. I'm looking.
I find it probable cause to hold him. The bond will be as agreed by councils. All terms and conditions as just recited by council. You have that, Madam Clerk?
I do.
Complete stay away. You understand that, sir?
Yes,
I didn't
sir.
hear you.
Yes, sir.
From both parties, not one, but from both parties. Should you fail to follow the terms and conditions of this release, you come back here where you are, you're going to get no bond. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Follow the advice of your counsel. Anything else, Mr. Berry?
No, sir.
I will conclude this matter.
Thank you,
Have
sir.
a good day.
Right.
Have a good day, sir. We have the matter of John Mashir.
Judge, Mr. Bashir is out to outside court right now.
All right. It says dismiss fugitive matter, no warrant received. Next
I have a
matter will
memorandum
be
from judicial process that indicates that. We just mirrored that information on the docket, Your Honor.
Barrera. Barrera is number 8. Can you come forward, state your name for me? If not, you're going to get charged with whatever record is in front of me.
Aubrey Barrera.
Aubrey Nicole Barrera, introduced or possessed contraband in the detention facility. Find there probable cause to hold her. Which city you live in, Miss Barrera?
Palm Bay.
What type of work you do?
Bartender.
Bartender where?
Big's Crab Shack in Melbourne Beach, Florida.
All right. Your bond is $2,000. What else is holding you in the jail right now?
I was here yesterday, so I mean that would be the only other thing. I have
The
a
charge
bond for
she was
that.
being arrested for when they found the contraband on her.
Which is what, Mr. Beatty?
Petty
An
theft.
You know?
An FTA, a couple of FTAs.
Petty theft.
Petty theft, FTA is on 2 cases and an additional petty theft. 3 things, actually.
All right, I find that probable cause to hold or the bond will remain unchanged. You have the money to pay for your own attorney?
No, sir.
Public defender appointed. Have a seat, Ms. Barrera. Next matter will be Pack, Alicia Pack. Alicia Pack, we got burglary of a dwelling, grand theft, 300 but less than $5,000. Grand theft of a firearm and violation of a probation, madam. And the bond is no bond. Is that correct, Madam Clerk?
Yes, sir. 2 warrants with no bond each.
Miss Back, you have 2 felony matters. Judge have you no bond. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
She's also
I
AMA, Judge.
I cannot change the bond in these felony matters, violation of probation. AMA also mean there's going to be a hold on you in addition to these 2 no bonds. It means you're getting a bad record. You don't want to spend all your life in prison, madam. You're a very nice citizen. You don't want to spend your whole life in prison, do you?
No, sir.
You have family here in Brevard County?
Not really, no. I mean,
Where are you from?
I'm from Titusville. Born
Well,
and raised.
that's a far... You're born and raised in Titusville, but you have no family in Brevard County?
Well, my family are my victims, so.
I see. Well, good luck to you. You got no bond and you got an AMA hold. Next matter will be Dwayne Thomas.
Your Honor, what
Judge?
about the new case?
Got a new case, and was there appointment?
There's a 3rd case, Judge, misdemeanor charging, let me see what it is.
What number is that, Madam Clerk?
Number 35, Your Honor, it's a resisting without.
Find the probable cause to hold her $1,000 cash or surety.
Did you appoint, Judge?
Yes, public defender appointed on all matters, madam.
Yes, sir.
Took care of 34 and 35 is a resisting without violence. Next matter then that we have is Dwayne Thomas, number 40. Mr. Dwayne Thomas, which city you live in?
Port St. John, Florida.
What type of work you do?
I run a landscape crew.
I see. You charge with domestic violence by strangulation. Victim is Pamela Henderson. Don't call, don't visit, don't have anything to do with her. Pamela Henderson, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Complete stay away. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Beatty, what do you suggest for bond in this matter for Dwayne Thomas?
Let's see here.
Dwayne Thomas, I'm looking at a
Judge, the bond
record.
schedule is $5,000. That's what we request. No contact with the victim, no return.
Pamela Henderson's a girlfriend. How old are you, sir?
20 years old.
Yeah. $5,000 bond, madam. Probable cause to hold him. All terms and conditions complete. Stay away. No contact whatsoever. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Next matter, Darrell Underwood, number 42.
He's surety bonded?
Did you appoint on that last one?
All matters unless otherwise stated, Mr. Kennedy.
Do you have one-time returns for personal goods?
He doesn't live there. Is that correct, sir? He's a girlfriend. We got the matter here now, number 42, surety bonded. Is that correct?
Yes, Judge.
Next matter would be, right, number 45.
Your Honor, this was on yesterday's docket, and he had bonded prior to court. However, the jail had done a bond correction, changing the bond on count 1 to none. He is still currently out on the previously posted bond on count 2, and we would ask you to just address count 1.
Count 1, aggravated child abuse. Mr. Beatty, what do you recommend? Any reason that should be anything other than no bond? Let's see what it says here.
I think the bond schedule's 15, I believe. Hold on.
This is Mr. We're dealing with now number, Wright, Randall Vernon Wright. Is that correct, madam?
Yes, sir, number 45.
He intends to hire counsel.
You're gonna get your
Thank
own
you.
lawyer, sir?
Yes, sir.
I think the bond schedule's 15, Judge. I'm not sure.
Mr. Kennedy, would you be in a position to help the court on that matter?
The schedule is 15, as Mr. Beatty indicates.
We have here Randall Wright. We're looking at his record. Failure to appear, DUI, undersized sheephead, undersized sea bass, domestic violence, 95-97. 15,000 cash or surety, madam. Find it probable cause to hold him. You're moving from no bond to 15,000, sir. Complete stay away. All other terms and conditions remain unchanged.
Your Honor, there were no terms and conditions imposed as he had bonded prior to court yesterday. Just to
Sir,
clarify.
you got complete stay away from the victims in this case. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Don't call, don't visit. Let me see what the paper is. Don't call, don't visit, not have anything to do with them. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
The name of the victim in this case, madam, is, let's see.
It's on the docket, Your Honor. I've got the information.
Excuse me, sir. Could I?
Thank you. Let's hear you.
It's a minor victim, Judge, so we prefer the name not be mentioned on the record.
Yes, it says aggravated child abuse, aggravated battery on a child, so the name will not be mentioned. But as mentioned on the docket, madam, complete stay away. Yes, sir, you had a question for me?
Yeah, Your Honor, that was my daughter, and that was something with her and her son, and I got home, I didn't know what was going on, and I talked to the DCF lady yesterday. She said she talked to my daughter, and she said my daughter wasn't really telling her everything, and then when she went back to go talk with her, they can't even find her now.
How old is your daughter?
She's, I think, 28, and she just got out of some trouble.
28?
Yes, sir.
That's not what you're charged with. You're charged with aggravated
That's not the victim,
I
Judge.
know
He's
it.
not talking about the victim.
I'm talking about my daughter. We believe she did that because I wasn't even home.
Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. That's for a different place and a different time. Okay, good luck to you.
All right.
Next matter will be
Good
Dalton,
day.
Terry Dalton.
Yes, sir. Good day.
What city you live in, sir?
Vero Beach.
What type of work you do?
Remodel homes for myself and William J. Taylor.
And they need you in Indian River County, you understand that?
Yes, sir, I do.
They're gonna come and get you in 3 working days, but we have here a previous AMA hold, Mr. Beatty. Did you see that?
Judge, all I know is there was a pickup order today. I don't have anything in front of me about what the case is. If you're saying there was a previous AMA hold, then there was. Now, what is the status of him being picked up?
It says on the docket here, a previous AMA hold for
Okay. And what is his pickup status at this point?
It's
3-day control, April the 8th.
resisting arrest with violence.
He had previously been held on for local charges. He is either now bonded or disposed of his local, so they're asking for the 3-day control.
Yeah, it's time served, and I got a resisting arrest with violence charge in Vero Beach today. That's what I'm waiting on.
When you go down there, they'll take care of it for you, okay?
Yes, sir.
3 working days to come and get you.
All right.
Next will be Duell.
Good day.
Roger Duell.
I get ROR'd.
We're gonna look at it for you. You're charged with possession on less than 20 grams of cannabis. If we were to send you home, where you gonna go?
I'm going to go to my friend Larry's.
You gotta look at your record.
No, sir. Oh, excuse me.
Cannabis. Go ahead, my friend.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
I'm looking at your record now. Remember I told you I'd look at your record?
Yeah.
Cannabis 97, 05, 11, 15, 16. Cocaine 04. Drug paraphernalia. Cannabis 02. Possession of less than 20. What do you say, Mr. Beatty? You want to know if you can ROR him?
Well, I won't do RLR, but I will do community supervision with drug testing a minimum of once a week.
Yeah, that's okay. No, sir.
Huh?
Because you asked him where he was going, Judge, and I was going to volunteer. He's probably going to get stoned. But anyway, if he wants community supervision with drug testing, I'll do that.
No, I don't want that, sir.
That drug testing is expensive.
I know it is.
Where do you live? Which city?
Melbourne.
What type of work you do?
I do, I'm on Social Security disability, sir. I do odd jobs here and there, man. I'm trying to get a part-time job at McDonald's.
Yeah, I hear the deal. McDonald's going to drug test you before they give you the job. You're gonna have a little trouble with that.
Yeah.
Well, looks like you're pretty hooked on this stuff. You don't have to say anything, but if I send you out, the drug dealers are just waiting to sell you this stuff, you know?
No, they're not, sir. No, they're not.
They're just waiting to sell you this stuff. Anyway, your bond is 500. I'm gonna reduce it to 250.
Okay, thanks.
I cut it in half for you, okay?
Okay, all right.
John Tristan.
My name is Tristan John.
Tristan John. Taking a look at it here for you, sir. Says here, Mr. John, you're charged with domestic violence on Lilia John. This is your wife. Don't call, don't visit. Is it your wife? And
No.
That's a witness, Your Honor.
As it says, a witness there, and then the victim is John Germain. Is that correct, madam?
John is the last name, Your Honor.
Tristan John and Germain John. Yep. It says Germain John is your mother. How old is your mother?
40.
You're a lucky man. Very lucky man. I had a case here the other day where a fella tried to beat up his mother, punch her up and all. Wasn't as lucky as you.
Well, can I speak,
Don't
Your Honor?
respond to that, sir. Don't respond to that.
Anyway, how long you live in Brevard County?
I've been living here since before high school started, like 7 years. I went to New York during the summertime. I came back in December, and my mom left to go to New York. And yesterday, she showed up at our house, and well, I mean, I guess in the report you can see that she told the officer.
Talk about the incident, please.
Okay.
Anyway, we're gonna find that there's probable cause to hold you. You got a good record. How old are you?
20.
Mr. Kennedy, I'm considering community supervision based on the allegations and the record that he has.
Judge,
Mr. Bay, do you have any objections to that?
I would ask for
That's fine with
PTR
me,
to save him
Judge.
some money.
No contact with the victim, obviously, no going where she lives or works.
You stay away from your mom. You understand that? From what I gather from this police report and all, she's the one who came to you where you were.
Exactly.
Anyway, so you stay away from her. Don't call, don't visit, don't have anything to do with her. You understand that? I can't prevent her from coming where you are, but I can prevent you from going where she is. You understand that?
I understand, but
there's...
Is there any way I can get ROR because I didn't do anything?
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. The judge is going to take care of you. You just make sure you understand what no contact means. Okay?
I paid for the rent there, and that's my home.
Well, you can't go where she is. If she's there, you can't go there.
Your Honor, she did list the offense location as her residence as well. I believe it's shared, begins with 270.
She hasn't been there in 5 months.
She did list that as her address.
Yeah. You can't go where she lives, sir, where she works. If it's her house, you can't go there.
I understand.
Anyway, I'm going to release him, madam, to community supervision.
Thank you.
With all the terms and conditions I just mentioned. Next matter will be Fred Cottrell.
Judge, it's 33-day. The state is filed as arrested.
Mr. Cottrell, you're going to file a ROR. They file against you. All other terms and conditions remain unchanged.
So I will be ROR, sir?
No. So everything's the same.
You're going to remain in jail, so everything remains unchanged. They file a charge against you. You're going to get a copy of the charges from Mr. Kennedy.
All right, thank you.
James Williams. Mr. Williams, how old are you, sir?
65.
Which city you live in?
What city? West Melbourne.
And what type of work you do?
I'm a retired person.
All right. You have to wait in jail until the 26th of April to come to the judge.
Or
You can,
I'll
or
offer
you
him
can,
time served, adjudication, court costs.
or you can go home today and pay some court costs later. What do you want to do?
I'd like to do that, sir.
Where are you gonna go? Where's home?
Irwin Street in West Melbourne.
Somebody said they don't want you on that street no more. Is that true?
No.
Who you live there with?
Earl Hicks, he's a distant cousin.
That's what he said. He's more distant now that you're in jail. He said he's real distant. I'm going to give you a break. I'm going to cut you some slack and let's send you home, okay?
Yes, sir.
Judge, does he not want to plea and just get it over with?
He wants to take the plea.
Yeah, he's going to take the plea, Mr. Beatty. He said he's going to take your plea.
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to this charge?
Guilty.
I'm going to adjudicate you. Credit with time served. You're going to get no fine. The fine is $500. I'm going to give you no fine. You got to pay court costs, however. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You want to do that?
Yes.
Anybody threaten you or frighten you to enter this plea today?
No, sir.
Are you under the influence of anything at all that's affecting your clear mind?
No, sir.
I must tell you that if you're not a citizen, you're going to be deported. If you're on probation or parole, it'll be violated. You understand that?
Yes, sir. I've been a citizen a long time.
Well, they said they might deport you to West Melbourne. Normally, you have 30 days to pay this court cost. I'm going to give you 90 days, okay?
Yes, sir.
If you don't pay it, hundreds will become thousands.
Cash.
Are you going to pay it?
Yes, sir.
Where are you going to go? Where you have to go to pay it?
I have to go to the bank.
You have to go to where?
The bank. They got
Well, that's
plenty
a
of
good
money.
place. Yeah, and then when you get the money from the bank, where are you going to go and pay it?
At the clerk's office.
And where is that located, you know?
Neiman Avenue.
You got it right. You've been there before, right?
Yes, sir.
That's where you got to go, my friend. Go to Neiman Avenue and pay it so that 100 don't become 1,000. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're going to go home today. Court costs, madam, 90 days to pay. I find that he's entering the plea freely and voluntarily without any duress or coercion.
Yes, sir.
Have a seat.
That's it, Jim.
I'll just wait.
Yeah, have a seat.
You said sit down?
Yeah,
You're good.
Your Honor, Miss Wagner just walked in. Her client is Mr. Congdon, number 14 on the take-ahead list. I'm not sure if she's ready yet.
Yes, we're ready whenever.
Okay. Making you aware,
Give her
so
a
you
few-
can call it whenever she...
It's a 33-day, Judge.
It's a file ROR, Judge, that's going to be an ROR. I'm not sure that's going to require a lot of consultation unless she wants to object.
Let's give her a few minutes. Give her a few minutes.
Judge, we're ready
We're gonna
whenever
get
whenever the court's ready. We're at your
We'll
service.
call you in a few minutes, counsel.
Thank you.
Rodney Halfhide.
Yes, sir.
Which city you live in, sir?
Palm Bay, Florida.
What type of work you do?
Air conditioning and refrigeration. I just got a job like 2 days ago.
You're lucky. Most people have the job waiting when they get out, but you
Yeah.
got it already.
I just got it.
Well, it looks like not gonna do you much good. You got 3 cases here today.
I know, sir.
You got a violation of state probation, and that's got no bond on it. You understand that?
No, sir. Why? I have my violation. My case is next week where is my hearing for my violation.
Well, you're lucky. Coming up real soon. So you're gonna remain in jail until that comes up, okay?
Okay.
Affidavit will act as probable cause, madam, on number 21. Bond will remain no bond. We go to number 22. Mr. Halfhide, you got violation of probation. Affidavit will act as probable cause. You got no bond. You understand that? What type of work you say you're doing?
Air conditioning and refrigeration.
Well, you got some cocaine charges here. And they say you're not doing your probation, so you got no bond. And then the next one for Mr. Halfhide is driving under the influence and possession of drug paraphernalia. You got a bunch of drug charges and they say you're driving under the influence. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
On a DUI, madam, I find it probable cause to hold him. You got money to pay for your own lawyer?
No, sir. I just paid all my fines off.
I see. Well, congratulations to you. You're doing very well.
Yeah, okay.
DUI, your bond will be $50,000 cash or surety. Not to own, possess, or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. Not to drive any vehicle. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
50,000 on count one, madam, and then count two, $1,000. Public defender appointed. You got two no bonds, 50,000 and 1,000. You understand that?
Yes, sir. What is...
Have a seat. Have a seat. Next one is David Jensen.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm sorry. Good afternoon.
I'll take good morning. Whatever it is for you, it is for me. 28 and 29, sir. You got giving false name.
Yes, sir.
And now that's one charge. You just got another charge for giving me the false time. You saying good afternoon and good morning and good afternoon. So you're giving the wrong name and you're giving the wrong time. That's a new charge.
Yes, sir.
So your bond is $500, remain unchanged. You understand that?
Yeah.
What name you give him? They said you give him the name of Josie Wales. Is that true?
Don't respond to
sir.
that. Don't respond to that.
No, sir. No way
They're still looking for Josie Wales.
There's no way
I heard he gave the name Alli Majeed.
Alli Majeed.
Good one.
If you gave him that, they would have let you go, sir.
No.
We can't resolve that case here.
Anyway, you got a next case, failed to appear. How come you didn't show up? You got two small charges making them go to hand, man. Come on.
Your Honor, I
You
lost
have two small charges. You should not be in jail for these charges.
I know, Your Honor. I lost the ticket, and I didn't even know when my court date was. And by the time it came to it, I didn't know what, I didn't even know what courtroom to go to.
You don't know what courtroom to go
No,
to?
I
You
did
don't
not.
know what your name is? You don't know what day it is? You don't know what time it is?
No, I don't even know what time it is right now.
You got to get with the program. You got a small charge. I hate to see you in jail for this.
Your Honor, if there's any way I could resolve it, I mean...
Mr. Beatty, any way you can help him so he can go home?
No, I can't, Judge, because he's also got out-of-state warrants that are going to hit as soon as
boy.
He's going to be held for locals, and when the locals are gone, then the out-of-state warrants will pick him up.
Those are non-extraditable warrants, Your Honor.
Well, Mr. Beatty, you're going to figure that out. Anyway, I wish I can help you, my friend. What I'm going to do, give it a false name.
Aye, sir.
That's a new charge. I'm going to reduce his bond to $250, and the automatic bond remain unchanged. Public defender appointed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Robert Clausen and him.
PTR, is there going to be a warrant coming for his VOP on the DUI? Yeah, there's another warrant coming, Judge. He's on probation, so that's coming too.
Yeah, that should be able to
I
be
better
fine.
let you out of here fast before Mr. Beatty gets more stuff on you.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, your bond is $250 and $100. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay,
I'm going to call up private counsel. Counsel, bear with me. I just want to wrap up this docket here. Jeremy Congdon, number 46.
that is her
That's
case,
her
Judge.
client.
That's my case.
Well, you see, I called you up earlier than we suspected. Number
It-
46.
It was all intentional, I'm sure.
Judge, this
Yep.
is a file ROR, case number 2016-16339 CFA is still being investigated, so it's an ROR for today.
All non-monetary terms, madam, remain unchanged. And this case then will be ROR.
And Judge, just for the record, we object to any further restraints on Mr. Congdon's liberty as far as any pretrial release conditions, since the state is not filing at
He
this
just
point.
release. I see. Release ROR, and there's no financial obligation. He doesn't have to report to anybody. But all non-monetary obligations remain unchanged, whatever those may be. Anything else?
No, Your Honor, thank you. It was very good to see you.
Always a pleasure to see you, counsel. Have a good day.
You as well.
Thank you, sir.
Brian Schultz.
Brian Schultz, sir.
Charged with domestic violence and Christine Strickland.
Yeah,
What
that's
city you live in, sir?
Cocoa, Florida, sir.
What type of work you do?
I'm handicapped. I don't work at this time. I'm almost paralyzed. I'm supposed to be on medication for the pain. They want to do surgery, but that's another story.
Complete stay away from Christine. Don't call, don't visit, don't have anything to do with her. You understand that?
Yes, sir. There's one question I do have is I own that home and Christine is in my home and I have no other place to live and I have pets there at that home also to care for.
Mr. Beatty explained to him what the law says regardless of who owns the home.
It doesn't matter who owns it. He cannot return to it. If she resides there, then he cannot return back to the house as a condition of his release.
Sounds okay as long as I'm able to do the court proceedings to have her immediately evicted.
I see. How about the dogs? Whose dogs are they?
Those dogs are mine, 2 birds are mine, 2 cats are mine. She has 1 squirrel, 1 bird, that's all. And she owns approximately $3,000 worth of DVDs, but all the DVDs are not hers, and I do feel she stole from me the last time. She's going to do it again. That's why I'm here.
I see. Anything else?
No, sir. But yes, I have another place I can go hang, even if for a temporary, till I do the court proceedings on having her removed from the premises without no problem.
I see. Well, you might discover it's not as easy as you think.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm especially being broke. It doesn't help.
Complete stay away from her, don't call her, don't visit her, don't have anything to do with her. You have any personal belongings there that you need to pick up?
Yes, sir, I do. I'd like to at least grab my tent so I know I definitely have a place to stay with some clothes and belongings and to make sure my pets are fine. I don't know if she'll care for my pets while she's there. She has no income. She doesn't even have food stamps. You know, everything that is in that home, I own. All of it.
You got your tent there?
Yes, sir, I do.
What kind of tent you have?
I have a 3-man tent from the last time I was homeless in the county here, sir.
You understand that you got to stay away from her, don't call her, don't visit her?
Oh, yeah, definitely, sir.
One-time return with law enforcement to obtain essential items, madam?
That doesn't count the trailer park, though, right? Just the residence, right? I can enter the trailer parks. That's where I have to go where my other friends are. I also need to talk to management about this eviction, blah, blah. She's not even on lease there.
All right, complete stay away from the property in which she is. Is this a trailer?
Yeah, it's my trailer, 1665 Ridgecraft Street. I
Stay
own
away
it.
from that trailer, don't call, don't visit. Go with law enforcement once to obtain your personal belongings.
Sounds good.
What do you recommend by way of bond, Mr. Beatty? He looks like he has a good record. How long you live in Brevard County, Mr. Schultz?
I've lived in Brevard County about 8 years now.
Well, Judge, based on the fact that there's a felony battery already, $2,500.
Your Honor, I have no money for bond. I was trying for an R&R to figure out why she made this story up to begin with, but, you know, to have her removed from my premises and me just go back home and pay the R&R of the form, I'd be more happier and more eligible to do so. $2,500, I have no family that even live in Florida. I have no way of getting $2,500. I didn't even make it on the $200 bond on the falsification of a violent felony I got charged with last time over this Christine Strickland's falsifications as well, due to the Joanne Payez as well. She was the witness. She didn't show for court, cut out. Took off on me, stole all my stuff last time. I took her back after another relationship went bad. I thought, well, work it out. That ain't a good idea. Obvious.
All right, I pride myself in listening to people. I've listened to you enough.
Okay.
Find a probable cause to haul him, complete stay away, $1,000 cash or surety. That's it. Have a seat. 2 minutes recess, folks, while everybody change hats, and then we'll come back and start up, okay?
Very well,
Be
Judge.
at ease for 5 minutes. And as best as you can. Put him under oath for me, please, madam.
Yes, sir. Do you each solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you shall give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You may be seated.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Judge Majeed. I'm here to attend to your affairs today. You have many rights when you come before the court. I'm going to explain to you what those rights are. You have a right to be heard. Should you wish to speak to me, I would pay close attention to what you're saying and listen to you. In fairness to you, everything you say is being recorded and could and would be used against you at a later date. The attorney will explain to you, do not speak about the case, it will only hurt you. However, if you insist on speaking, I would listen to you. You have a right to remain silent, no one can force you to speak. You have a right to know your charge, I'm going to read your charges to you. You have a right to a fair and reasonable bond. I'll make every effort I can to send you home and to make available to you a fair and reasonable bond. You have a right to be represented by an attorney. I'm appointing Mr. Kennedy to represent each and every one of you, unless otherwise stated. If you can afford your own attorney, let us know. If you cannot afford your own attorney, please cooperate and fill out the paperwork so Mr. Kennedy can represent you. When I call up your name, step forward to the podium. First case, James Alloway.
Speak up, Judge.
Heligas, Zachary Heligas.
Speak up, Judge.
Jonathan Pfaff.
Speak up, Judge.
Jeffrey Soto.
Speak up, Judge.
Sean Tillett.
Speak up, Judge.
Underwood.
Speak up, Judge.
Pretty bad.
Making good progress. Number 7 we addressed. Number 8 we addressed. Number 9, Christina Lynn Bass, felony retail theft. Miss Bass, we got a felony retail theft.
Yes, sir.
$300 or more.
Under.
Second offense.
Under, sir.
Which city you live in?
Melbourne.
What type of work you do?
I'm disabled.
I can't hear you.
I'm on disability.
All right. Find it probable cause to order a public defender appointed. Bond remain unchanged. Do not return to this location. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Public defender.
It's supposed to
Yes.
be, it's under $300.
Yeah, it's under 300, but it's
The more time you do this, madam, it becomes a felony because of the number of times you've done it. You understand that?
Yes, sir. I understand that.
I'm going to reduce the bond to $1,000.
Sir.
Judge, we object to that given the fact that she's got a pending grand theft she FTA'd for.
No, I didn't.
Ma'am, you were going to address me. Do not argue with Mr. Beatty. He's doing his job.
I'm so
What would you
sorry.
like to tell me?
I don't have any pending, anything that I've been out of trouble for the last 2 years. The last time I got in trouble, it was a trespass, and I took care of all of that. I don't have anything pending.
I've reduced your bond to $1,000 over the state's objection. Have a seat.
Yes, sir.
Derek Malachi Brandon.
Surety bond, Judge.
Serrato. Vincent Serrato.
Vincent Serrato.
Bonnie Serrato, complete stay away, don't call, don't visit, don't have anything to do with her. You understand that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Find it probable cause to hold. Looking at your record, how long you live in Brevard County?
38 years.
What type of work you do?
I'm retired.
Complete stay away, don't call, don't visit, don't have anything to do with her. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Beatty, I looked at his record, he'd been here for 38 years. Is there anything about the nature of the offense?
No, Judge, there's nothing about the nature of offense. We don't have a problem with PTR provided there's no contact and no return.
Complete stay away from her, don't call her, don't visit her, don't have anything to do with her, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
PTR, madam, probable cause, so you got the money to pay for your own lawyer?
Excuse me, I didn't understand it.
Can you afford to pay for your own lawyer?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Will retain. Have a seat. Next matter I have is Davis, Brandon Michael Davis.
Judge, requesting a pass. He was pulled for investigation.
Put that back on tomorrow's docket, madam.
Yes, sir. Brandon
Set
Davis
for
is on tomorrow. Okay.
Yes. Next matter will be Downing, Tavern Downing.
Yeah, John.
Find it probable cause to hold. You got 2 counts, sir, prescription and controlled substance with intent to sell. Find it probable cause to hold. Your bond remains unchanged. Public defender appointed. Duel we took care of. We have the matter of Jalicia Nicole Dunn. No release. Hold for the judge. I imagine that means hold for the felony judge. Is that correct, Mr. Beatty?
That's what it says on the warrant. Hold it for the judge.
Find it probable cause to hold her based on the affidavit. Contempt, violation of community supervision, failed to appear. No bond, madam. Public defender appointed. Ma'am, you failed to appear. You need to show up in court. Same apply for number 16, madam. Failed to appear. Affidavit will act as probable cause, no bond. Crystal Everett. Miss Everett, which city you live in?
Coco.
What type of work you do?
I was cleaning, but I just got a job to serving at the International in Cocoa Beach, being a food server.
Well, when did you start that job yet?
I just got approved, and I went through the background check and everything actually, and so I was just waiting. I was expecting to start in the next couple of days.
I see. Where you got a job at the IHOP?
No, at the International. It's a resort.
I see. Well, that's a nice opportunity you got there. Look like we're going to mess it all up now. That's a nice opportunity at the International. Everett Crystal, interference with custody and violation of probation. The judge give you no bond. The felony judge. You understand that?
Yes, sir, but I think that I deserve a bond because I have a stable community now, and I have work, and I've been doing really good. I go to church all the time, and there's a lot in this report that's actually the officer is new, and there's a lot of things that are not accurate, and I think I deserve to go out and get that job, and I've been coming back for my court dates. I've been doing everything properly, and I think I deserve not to lose everything again while this gets straightened out, because a lot of it is just a lot of miscommunication.
All right. All bonds remain unchanged. Public defender appointed. Next.
Have a seat, ma'am.
Jason Fenter.
You won't have a sheet on him, Your Honor. It's a violation of probation. Number 19 on the docket.
Fenter, number 19, possession of hydromorphone, violation of probation. Felony judge set you at no bond. The affidavit will act as probable cause. No bond. You understand that, sir?
The judge did give him a bond.
Ed, let me see what it says here.
10 grand.
Take a second look at that. No bond. $10,000 times 2, it says here.
Your Honor, what happened?
Correct, Madam Clerk?
It is. What happened to him with the amended warrant, and somehow the original warrant never was sent back to our office and was still in the system. So they popped him with that too. So he's actually being held on 2 $10,000 bonds, one for the warrant and one for the amended warrant.
The amended warrant supersedes the original warrant, so his bond should only be $10,000 total.
Just need to get that clarified.
I understand that, Madam Clerk. Thank you for giving me the lay of the land. Here's my ruling. The defendant is being held on the amended bond only, and the bond on the amended bond is what will apply to this case.
We will make that note in the minutes.
Thank you, Judge.
Which will be $10,000. Cannot be held on two bonds in the same case. The amended bond is what's keeping him here, which is the one last in time, and the bond in that case is $10,000, and that's all we're going to hold him on.
We will
You
make
understand that, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Have a seat. Crystal Flanders. Miss Flanders, what city you live in?
Brevard.
Brevard, that's a big city.
Oh, I'm sorry, Coco.
I see. How long you been living in the city of Brevard?
Honestly, like, my mama just passed away, so I'm gonna be living in Jacksonville. And I've been living in Brevard for a few years, like, all together maybe like 5 years, but I haven't been here.
You've been living here, but you haven't been here.
I was going back and forth, and my mama just passed away between my daddy and my mama. My daddy lives in Georgia, and my mama lives here, and she just passed away, so I came down here to fix this because my child's also down here. But my brother lives in Jacksonville, and I don't have no more family, so I was going to be going back to Jacksonville.
How old is your child?
I have a 7-year-old and a 3-year-old.
And who they live with?
Right now, they're with their daddy.
And where does he live?
One lives in Cocoa, and one lives in Georgia.
I see. And none of them live in Jacksonville?
No.
But you come and go from Jacksonville?
Well, see, my mama lived down here. My mama lived in Melbourne, and she just passed away here. But my brother lives in Jacksonville, and I was going to go stay in Jacksonville with him because I don't have no other family. My daddy just went into an old folks home. He had a stroke, and it paralyzed his whole left side.
I see. You got any brothers and sisters?
I have 2 brothers and a sister in Jacksonville. That's it.
And what type of work you do when you're in Jacksonville?
Honestly, I haven't been working. I haven't really never worked. I've been just, you know, I had my kids and I've been staying at home. I normally either stayed with my dad or my mom.
Well, they say it's not proper for a gentleman to ask a lady her age, but around what age are you?
I'm 23.
And never worked one day in your life?
No, sir. Well, I worked at the fair.
Worked as a what?
I worked at the fair, and I'll never work there again.
I see.
If I had to, maybe, but...
You charge of domestic violence, 2 counts. You got a KPS. KPS says no bond.
Judge?
Yes.
KPS says no bond because that's what the administrative order says.
Actually, there's an order that you signed for the KPS judge that says no bond until first appearance. I've provided copies to the state and the...
All right, one at a time. We listen to the clerks. The clerks always have precedence. Let's hear you, Madam Clerk.
You signed an order, it's in the Register of Actions, that indicates no bond until first appearance.
And you will mind to remind me the date of that signature, madam?
Back in 2011, but it is available for viewing. If you bear with me, I'll pull the actual document up and be more specific.
Yeah, I could see it there in the... Okay. And Mr. Beatty, you were saying?
I was saying, Judge, I've got a copy of the order you signed setting it no bail till first appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Order
and
for
Mr.
KPS.
Kennedy. Mr. Kennedy?
Well, Judge, I believe you were just following the administrative order when you issued that order.
All right, and now it's a 2011 matter, and we got domestic violence. What's the record been like, for instance, 2011, Mr. Beatty? I don't see anything.
Let's see, we had, since 2011, we've had possession of cocaine in 2015, Willis ×3 in 2015, theft in 2015, trespass in 2015, and a drug charge in 2015. He
Not a
also
good
has
year.
an outstanding warrant from out of state from this year.
That was issued on 6/12/2015. I see that. Possible outstanding warrant. 2015 was not a good year for you.
No, sir, it wasn't. What's the outstanding warrant for?
Don't have that in front of me right now. There's a possible outstanding warrant. Madam Clerk, you would have happen to access to that?
Sure do, Your Honor. It's document number 11, order for capias, was November the 16th, 2011.
Okay, domestic violence, bond will be $5,000. Count one, count two, $5,000. Complete stay away from these parties, you understand that? It says Susan Elliott
Yeah,
and
that's my
Dennis
mama.
Barnes. Pardon me?
That's my mama.
God bless her, rest in peace. And Dennis Barnes, you understand that?
Yes.
So, State, it looks like we're going to have some trouble sustaining one count in this case.
Unless there's independent witnesses.
Unless there's some independent witnesses in this case.
Correct.
And so, Madam, what I'm going to do for count one, the bond will be $1,000. And count two, I'm going to put the bond at $2,000. I've taken into account the age of these cases. Ma'am, you don't need to cry because you're not leading a good life. You're bringing this upon yourself.
I know.
I'm trying to help you out, but you aren't giving me no room to help you. You understand that? Bond will be 1,000 and 2,000, madam. The matter is concluded.
All right, have a seat.
We took care of Mr. Half-Height. Now we got the matter of Roman Ashley Harley.
Yes, sir.
You had a failure to appear for sentencing and a petty theft.
Yes, sir.
Bond is no bond. Matter is coming up on the 25th of April. Public defender appointed. Harris, James Harris, 2 cases. Both failures to appear. Bond remain unchanged. Public defender appointed. Mr. Harris, you got 2 failures to appear. 250 and 750 remain unchanged.
Yes, sir.
John Patrick Henderson. Mr. Henderson, which city you live in, sir?
Coco.
What type of work you do?
I'm trying to run a lawn and garden business.
I see. We got VOP, property damage, shoplifting, larceny, impersonation, burglary, breach of peace. Finding probable cause to hold you, sir. You got a DUI in '87. You got a DUI now. Not to own, possess, or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Not to drive any vehicle whatsoever without a valid driver license. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Serrano.
I don't see him here. I have Harris. Trying to get a good look at the allegation, Mr. Beatty, but I don't seem to be able to find that name upon my computer here. John Patrick Henderson. Oh, there he is, John Patrick Henderson.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking for the allegations for the DUI. See if there's any accident or anything egregious about this matter.
Swerving all over the roadway, weaving in and out of his lane.
Yeah, well, yes.
Smell of alcohol. Failed the FSDs, refused a breath test.
You live in Bottle Brush, sir, they said.
Yes, sir. In my parents'
Didn't
house.
stop the vehicle in order to... $25,000 cash or surety, madam. You got the money to pay if you want an attorney, sir?
No, sir, I have no funds.
Public defender appointed. Next matter would be number 31, Gregory Christopher Keel.
Judge, Mr.
Where do you
Keel?
live, sir? Which city?
I live in Melbourne.
How long?
About 10 years.
Mr. Kennedy,
Judge, Mr. Keel intends to represent himself.
you don't want the public defender, is that correct?
No, sir. Can I say something?
Yes.
I did what I'm charged with and everything. I can't see having a public defender arguing my case because I'm guilty of what I did. So.
Will represent himself, madam, does not want counsel. Felony retail theft, 1,000. Trespass in a structure, 250, madam. Public defender, will retain him counsel, probable cause in each and every count. Christopher Lee Mills. Possession of meth, sir, and use or possession of drug paraphernalia. Find it probable cause to hold him. Public defender appointed, all bonds remain in change.
Judge, if I may?
Yes.
Judge, for some reason, he's got an $8,000 bond on a third-degree felony. The schedule on that is only $2,000. I'd ask the court to consider reducing that down to $2,000.
What do you say, Mr. Beatty?
I think it's because
just-
he's homeless, and the only telephone number he had is a non-321 telephone number.
But if he's homeless, it'd only be a $3,000 bond
Not
then.
a Brevard County resident.
Where do you live, sir?
Right now I'm homeless. I was living in Lakeland. I moved over here about a week ago to try to find work and a place to live over here with some friends.
There you go, Judge.
How did you get from Lakeland to here?
A friend of mine came and picked me up.
And you're living with that friend now?
I was, like, living inside of a car for a little bit. Yes, sir.
He's not local, Judge. That's where the 8,000 comes from.
But if he's out of state,
understand.
Judge, it's only $3,000.
I understand that. He's not out of state, he's just out of county.
I mean, just out of county, yeah. Thank you.
And whose car were you living in?
Diana Haygoods, the one I got arrested with.
I see. Find it probable cause to hold him. Count 1, the bond will be $3,000. Count 2, the bond will be $250. You need another thing is you need to go back where you came from. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And when this case is over,
Thank you, sir.
you got no place to go. You're not up to any good here. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You came here to commit crimes. That's what you came to do. You didn't come to work. How long you been living in Lakeland?
All my life.
What type of work you did there? When was the last time you worked in Lakeland?
3 years ago at Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, well, if you didn't get work in Lakeland since 3 years ago, you're not going to get work here. You already found the work that you're doing. That's why you're here now. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what you're here for is the same work you've been doing in Lakeland. Have a seat. Next is number 36, Perez Hernandez, Brittany Perez Hernandez. Domestic violence on Danny Perez Ramirez. Which city you live in?
Fort St. John.
How many years?
1.
Where you lived before that?
Kings Bay, Georgia.
What brought you all the way down here?
My husband's in the Navy.
I'm having trouble hearing you.
My husband's in the Navy.
Husband's a Navy and you're charged with hitting him, madam.
Excuse me?
Got a domestic abuse in 05. Let's hear you.
Don't talk about the incident.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I don't follow.
Just don't respond. Don't respond. He's just reading the report.
Says you're charged with hitting your husband. Find it probable cause to hold her. Bond will be $500 cash or surety.
Judge,
You got money to...
Judge, could I insert something here? The state would prefer a PTR with no consumption of alcohol and alcohol testing because by the defendant's own admission, this was a result of her drinking a whole bottle of wine.
You're not suggesting next time she's 6 to half a bottle, are you, Mr. Beatty?
I'm suggesting she don't drink any wine at all on top of her prescription medications.
Ma'am, the state is being very kind to you. We respect all our fighting men and women. Your husband is in the military. He's fighting very hard to maintain our democracy and our freedom. We're going to send you home.
Well,
You're not to own, possess, or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. You understand that?
well, I don't know about going home, Judge, because we want no contact and no return, obviously.
Yeah, well, when I say going home, thank you, Mr. Beatty, it's a generic term. In other words, we're going to release her from the county jail. That's what I really meant to say. Thank you very much for correcting that. You're not to go back unless he will contact Mr. Beatty, your husband will, as a victim. But right now, you're to completely stay away from wherever he is. You understand that? Do you have some place to go?
Yes, have money. I will stay on my own in a hotel until all this is resolved. I have
Well,
children.
he can contact... You have young children?
Yes, I have 4 at the house. One I have a power of attorney for. It's not mine.
How old are they?
17, 9, 7, and 3.
And this Mr. Perez Ramirez, is he the father of all 4?
No, the 4th one is our friend's child. He came here for the football program. I'm regretting a lot, very regretful.
Well, you're not the one possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. You understand that?
Sure. Yes, Your Honor.
We're going to release her at ROR, madam. Did you say ROR or PTR, Mr. Beatty?
PTR, Judge, so that she can be monitored for the no consumption of alcohol testing.
Release PTR. You're going to be released from the county jail. You understand that?
Is there going to
You
be
may
random,
go back.
is there going to be
you-
random
you-
testing, Judge?
At her cost. And then you may go back to the home once with the police to retain all your personal possessions that are not in dispute. You understand that? There's just so much latitude we have in this type of matter to help you. You understand that?
Yes.
So the first step we're taking is make sure you don't stay in here any longer than is absolutely necessary. Good luck to you. That will conclude this matter.
Did you guys get the testing, Becky? Okay.
Yep, at her expense. And next matter I have is Dorothy Patton for non-support. What's your name, madam?
Dorothy Patton.
They said you got to pay child support and you're not paying any child support.
I've offered, they refused payment since I've had my son. It's a bunch
You
of
had the
drama.
child now?
No, she's in Colorado. I haven't had her since she was 2 months old. She'll be 12 years old this year.
Who's she living with now?
Her father's mother in Colorado.
I see. What's when are we going to release her? When is she coming before the judge, madam?
Tomorrow is her hearing.
You're going to come before the judge tomorrow. You can explain to the judge what's what, okay?
Okay.
Have a seat. You can get out of jail by tomorrow with $1,000 purge. Next matter will be Quicksall, Scott Edward Quicksall.
Scott Edward Quicksall, sir.
Which city you live in and how long?
Merritt Island for 2.5 years.
What type of work you do?
I work at Walmart Tire and Lube.
How long you been there?
A little over 1.5 years. Before that, I was in the Army.
How many years you serve in the Army?
4 years, sir.
Well, we commend you for your service. Right now you're charged with violence on your wife, Rebecca Peg.
Yes, sir.
Complete stay away, don't call, don't visit, don't have anything to do with her. You understand that?
Yes, sir. Is there a way I could possibly get out today since I'm the sole provider for my 3 kids?
How old are your kids?
4, a year old, and 7 months old.
And who are they staying with now?
With her mom, with my wife. But she doesn't work, she's a stay-at-home mom.
Mr. Beatty, you have any problem with an ROR giving his record and all?
The fact he has no prior record, Judge, and the fact he was honest with the police, I don't have a problem with an ROR, so there was no contact, no return, obviously.
Complete stay away. Where are you going to stay?
That's my question. When the police left last night, or this morning, my wife said she would leave and stay with her sister. All my family's in California, all her family's out here.
Don't go where she lives, don't have any contact with her, you understand that?
So how would I go about letting them know I'm getting out so she can leave? She said she'll leave, that way I can stay
I
at
have
our
nothing
house.
to do with that. Whatever she says, whatever you say she says, I don't have anything to do with that. You need to listen to what I'm telling you.
Yes, sir, I understand that. But that's what was in the police
Judge,
report.
how about we just have a one-time return with law enforcement, and if she's vacating, they can find out at that time.
Just a minute. I'm trying to explain something to you, but you're having trouble understanding it.
No, I understand what you're saying, sir.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to keep you right where you are, so you don't have to have any worry. You're going to stay in jail. How about that?
So my kids will be homeless? I'm glad you can sleep with that, sir.
Madam Clerk.
Sir.
Deputy, bring the gentleman back. Sir, you're not as tough as you think you are. You understand that?
I understand that, sir.
You need to be quiet. I'm talking to you. You need to be quiet. You're not as tough and big and tough as you think you are. You understand that? If you were, you wouldn't be accused of putting your hand on your wife. Because you're not as big and tough as you think you are. Now, I'm trying to help you. But you don't understand what I'm trying to do for you. So what do? Become aggressive right away. You're the only guy that can be aggressive. Well, wake up. Now, here's what I'm trying to do for you. First of all, I said I'm going to send you home. You don't even have to pay a bond. Did you understand that?
Yes, sir. I understand
Okay,
that.
now, we're dealing with the next step. The law says you cannot go back where your wife is. And your lawyer also is trying to help you. Say, hey, listen, why don't you just go home now, and if she leaves, then she's not there, then you can go back there. But right now, she's there. So I can only deal with what's right now. So I'm telling you, don't go back there. Now, if she leaves tomorrow, we'll address that. You understand that, or you don't understand that?
I understand, sir.
So we're all trying to help you. But why should you listen to that? Because you're Mr. Tough Guy.
No, not at all, sir. I'm just trying to look out for my kids, that's all.
You ain't trying to look out for your kids, because if you were, you wouldn't be where you are right now.
You're right.
I'm trying to look out for your kids because I'm trying to send you home to do what you said you'll do. You're going to go to work and take care of them. I'm looking out for your kids because I'm trying to send you home without any bond at all. You don't have to spend any money on a bondsman. I'm the one who's looking out for your kids and you. So why don't you just calm down, stop being Mr. Tough Guy, because you can't frighten me.
Yes, sir.
Why don't you try to listen what's going on and see that somebody's trying to help you and help your kids? That's why you don't have to pay any bond. I'm sending you home for free. You getting that, my friend? Because I want you to go to work tomorrow and put bread on your table. That's why I'm sending you home. So keep your tough self for yourself, because you're not going to frighten or intimidate me.
Yes, sir.
Have a seat. Okay, let's call up the next case. We got Paul Douglas Sanger.
Your Honor, as Mr. Sanger approaches the bench, your docket is incorrect. It indicates it as a misdemeanor charge. From the time we copied the docket to just prior to you taking the bench, there was an amended 923 filed that upgraded it to a felony. So when you review on ICMS or judge's view, make sure you pull the second 923 that was amended.
All right, you're going to go back here then. We're going to do that. Mr. Paul Douglas Sanger.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
How are you doing, Mr. Sanger?
Fine. Thank you, Your Honor.
Which city you live in?
Cape Canaveral, Florida. About 3 years.
What type of work you do?
I'm a shuttle bus driver for the Radisson Resort.
That's a good job.
It is, sir. That's why I need to get out as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm. We charge of domestic violence on Laura Beatty.
It was upgraded to a felony because of the extent of the injuries, Judge.
Tell me something about it, Mr. Beatty.
According to the ER record, she has a blowout fracture of her left orbit. It's pretty serious. It means under her. It's her
on her
right
or left eye.
She's got a
right or left eye, Mr.
Fracture of the bony structure around where her eye socket's basically fractured.
Mr. Sanger, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Her sight might be impaired for the rest of her life. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Find it probable cause to haul him? I'm looking at his record. Where do you live now, sir?
I live with Miss Beatty at 220 Columbia Drive, apartment 16.
How many years?
3 years, Your Honor.
We had a lewd and lascivious on a child. That was amended to aggravated assault in 06. Is that 06 or 08, Mr. Beatty?
What the PTR sheet has, Judge, it's
I can't tell very well on that sheet.
It was 08, and then subsequently violated probation on that in 2012.
That was withheld adjudication as well.
What's your recommendation for the bond, Mr. Beatty? Then you got money to pay for your own attorney, sir?
Well, I'm working just part-time, about 30 hours, so I don't think I could afford an attorney.
Mr. Kennedy, I'm going to give you an opportunity for input on the bond also. Let's hear from you first, Mr. Beatty.
$5,000 is the bond schedule, Judge.
Mr. Kennedy, what would you suggest, sir?
Judge, the gentleman's got no FTAs according to the PTR sheet, and just a little bit of a record. I'd ask the court to consider half of the schedule, which would be $2,500.
Find it a probable cause, so don't call or don't visit or don't have anything to do with her. You understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Complete, stay away.
Yes, Your Honor.
Don't go visit her in the hospital. Don't have anything to do with her. No contact whatsoever. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Bond will be $5,000 cash or surety.
Judge, may we have one-time return for personal belongings?
Yes, I definitely...
No, right now, I'm not going to grant that, sir, on account of the very severe nature of the injury. And I just want complete stay away from this person or anywhere where she is. At a later date, we'll address that. Right now, I'm not addressing that issue. Have a seat.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next matter would be Sharp, Jacob Everett Sharp.
That was handled by private counsel.
Are these file or ROR? What do we have with Sharp?
No,
This
Mr.
is
Sharp was
battery.
handled by Mr. Berry at the beginning, Judge.
Okay, how about Dwayne Thomas? We took care of that also, right?
Yes, sir.
The next matter is Christina Turner. Miss Turner, which city you live in?
Orlando, Florida.
What type of work you do?
I'm in construction.
What brought you over here?
I was doing a job because my job, I traveled to different counties, and I had to go to Melbourne to go to one of the Walmarts to fix one of the dock levelers, and my car the belt broke in the car.
And one thing led to another.
Yes, sir.
You got a $2,000 bond, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
If you make bond, you must report to probation within 48 hours. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Affidavit will act as probable cause. Bond will remain unchanged.
Sir.
Have a seat. Next matter will be Sharina Welch. That you, Miss Welch?
Yes, sir.
Which city you live in?
Merritt Island.
What type of work you do?
Right now, I'm out of work right now due to a lawsuit that's pending with Winn-Dixie.
You got a violation of probation. The felony judge put you at no bond. You understand that?
Yes, but I don't understand why is it a no bond when he went to the wrong address, Your Honor. They went to the wrong address.
He went to the wrong address to look for you?
Yes, they did. They did not go to the address that I had on the paperwork from when I started off.
That could be quite a confusion there. If they went to the wrong address, no wonder they didn't locate you, right?
Yeah, when I went to when I appeared to probation, he told me that he had to put he issued the warrant due to he went to the wrong address, and I had to go in front of the judge to get my probation reinstated.
You have any input, Mr. Beatty? Looks like she's suffering for somebody else's error based on her input.
Well, Judge, I wish I had $1 for every time I heard a defendant say that in a violation of probation hearing. I mean, it's the standard answer. I mean, about almost 100% of the cases they say, oh, they went to the wrong address, or I was there, or I moved, and they knew about it, and whatever. Like I said, I'd like $1 for every time I've heard that.
You're not getting too cynical in your old age, are you, Mr. Beatty, like me?
You think?
See, I think this time she's telling the truth, Mr. Beatty. What do you think?
Well, I think that's a question for Judge Crawford to decide in a full-blown hearing, is what I think.
Remember the time the lady said she came late, Mr. Beatty, and you told me you heard that so many times?
And you let her out, and it turned out she lied.
I'll never be let off that one, Mr. Beatty. I fell for it. She just happened to be late the other time also, Mr. Beatty.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
Just a
ma'am,
coincidence, I guess.
the judge put you at no bond, and I really can't change. I'd like to help you. I tried my best to help you, but unfortunately, you got no bond, okay?
Until when?
When you get to court, maybe they can correct the address. We're not making light of your matter. Your matter is very important. I do not want anyone to remain in the jail because liberty is a very important commodity in our democracy. And I try to help you, but unfortunately, as Mr. Beatty correctly said, all of these matters will be presented to the felony judge, and hopefully we can get this corrected. We're not making light of your matter. We respect you. We want to treat you with dignity. I would like to get you out of here as soon as possible, okay?
Yes, sir.
I wish I can do more to help you. Have a seat, please. Fred Cottrell, filer ROR. What says the state?
We already addressed that, Judge.
Okay, the next matter then is Sanders, Jason Sanders, Hillsborough County, 3 working days to come and get you. You do have a $1,000 bond. You can bond out.
Yes, sir.
Have a seat. Brian Scott Schultz.
Cash bond, Judge.
Brian Patrick Scott.
Surety bond, Judge.
Empty page.
If you had files, you'd be out of them.
Anything else, folks? Anyone we did not address? Deputy, anybody we did not address?
That's all, Judge.
Judge, you have Mr. Quicksall.
Mr. Quicksall.
We did address him.
Yeah, but I think the judge was going to ROR him or PTR him, and
He
he hadn't
did.
done it yet.
ROR with no contact with victim.
Okay,
Pointed you.
that's it?
That's what the clerk's notes show.
Okay.
Is
that accurate?
I just missed
Madam
it.
Clerk,
Sir?
I also commended him for his service to our democracy.
Yeah, you forgot
sir.
that, Madam Clerk.
I must be losing my mind. Have a good day, Judge. We're signing off.
Always a pleasure working with a fine team.
I do what I can.